Bah alors, faut rigoler, Fuji, faut rigoler. Ah là là. Bon, on va continuer l'histoire. Alors, où est-ce que c'est? Ah, c'est celle-là. Voilà. Tu m'étonnes. Ah, je suis retombé sur un TikTok de Nicolas. Ouais, c'est un sacré comique celui-là. D'ailleurs, je l'avais partagé sur le groupe.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't
Punaise.
underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so...
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Oh, that works.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some couple?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
Alright then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yes, your memory's being erased
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
Ouais.
If we've actually been reliving the Subzerius
Ouais,
festival
Paimon-
day after
Paimon,
day,
c'est un
then
sacré
what happened to the
numéro, hein.
things we... Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's...
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything. It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible.
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well.
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy.
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school, the force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style.
Is it really impossible? What if they...
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training. Whew. Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular with the... Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Milu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one.
Comme d'habitude, ça papote beaucoup, hein. Punaise.
But at least, yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas? Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been... Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how Paimon can't believe it! How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
Ouais, tu m'étonnes, c'est des vrais moulins à paroles. Oh, elle a un jardin.
Nahida, we're back! You're back early today. Did you find something new? Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same time, we have a new question. Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've meant... We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back? Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it. It is true that sometimes... Really? That's kinda strange. Yep, something here's definitely
Et tu
fishy.
dis, j'espère que
Let's get to
bientôt
the
tu
bottom
pourras
of
y
this
jouer.
tomorrow.
Qu'on se fasse des parties en multi.
Our memories are back!
Ah ouais?
About that...
Bah tu m'en diras des nouvelles.
Traveler, aside from your memories that would listen to it and...
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth... It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday! Okay, let's go!
Ouais.
We don't have many more festivals to waste. Hurry and find...
Shine down.
Avec les bords.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
but it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced the lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long.
It looks like he really doesn't know.
De
We
l'action,
can't get
de
anything out
l'action.
of him.
Il y en a marre
Let's
de
take matters
papoter.
into our own. This is a good spot. And the guard has... Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But... What if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Oh... Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but... We've always been together. Haven't... Okay... Paimon will promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick look. And please, be careful.
Pour Paimon, elle est toute triste. On va lui acheter des mouchoirs en papier.
now. I don't think she understood what you were saying. Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so
Et
worried.
tu vas la consoler comment, petit vilain?
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that... Okay. Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really... I see. Using two people... After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you... disappeared in an instant. No way! Paimon was watching... What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any I guess that explains everything. So, if we leave the city, it really sounds like something. But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside. Something like a message? But how can we send it back? Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well... Okay. You want something that can pass... Yep! Now we're talking!
Quelqu'un observe. Moi, je veux de l'action. Maintenant, on tient la chandelle.
I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal? I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it can connect to any... To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your... Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city. We'll never know until
Non,
we try.
d'habitude,
At
ça
least
part
we're
pas
taking
autant,
the
mais là,
initiative now.
vu que c'est une nouvelle région,
Let's go then. Let's
et
expose
c'est
those
les quêtes
sages.
d'histoire en plus, donc ça papote,
Alright,
ça
okay.
papote.
See you That covers everything that's happened so far. Yes. Okay, now that you understand what's going on...
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just... I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible. All these spaces are empty. Except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you
Ouais.
left the Sumeru City
Ouais,
space when you
j'ai
stepped
vu
foot
ça au
outside of the
début.
walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, the other
Et je crois
spaces
pour le
all
récupérer, il
had
faut que
very
tu aies un
weird
compte
contents.
sur Genshin
There's
et
another
qu'il
part
soit
here.
lié à ton
I only
compte
received it last night.
Twitch.
These spaces have been disappearing. One. And now, even behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? What did the Traveler want to say? What are those Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment. Oh, right.
Bah ouais.
Paimon did it. The message. It should have
Même si
after the
c'est pas
beep.
grand chose,
Traveler said,
ça sert
even the...
toujours.
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one. Was that space actually the real? My impression.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Dude, Lot Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these?
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought. So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still...
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away! Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know! Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell...
You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival? Okay.
Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power... We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. All the bizarre spaces Those spaces remind me of... the moon, illusions, and lies. People in Sumeru don't... All the bizarre spaces... That doesn't... Those spaces remind me of... the moon, illusions, and light. We are all in a dream. That does... Okay, Nahida... We've already experienced the Sub-Zero... Okay, Nahida said the... We are all in a dream. People in Sumeru don't...
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is and those spaces with... So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one...
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this?
Oh no no.
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom. It compiles the wisdom of the... and it grants knowledge... The Akasha relies on...
Oh, okay. Those dreams... But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
So, in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick? The real story is that the sages from the Academia are you...
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the Samsara?
Tu l'as vu, G?
The beep is a prompt to... That doesn't sound right. I... Grand Sage said... We've already experienced... My mind feels... That doesn't sound... The beep is a prompt...
You're back! I've been waiting forever for... Are you ready to take your Sub-Zerius exam and graduate from the festival? Okay.
We've already experienced the sub... We've already Okay. Nahida's... That doesn't... All the bizarre... All the bizarre... Those spaces We are all in...
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth and those spaces... So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one...
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha relies on the...
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power, but... Is stealing everyone's
dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when... In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
So, in other words, the complete opposite of how Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions. The real story is that the sages...
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the Samsara?
Me revoilà.
That doesn't sound right. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's. While their now vacant dreams are hard, no one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara cycle. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are...
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine.
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well.
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals.
Alright, last question.
Now that I think about it... that doesn't sound right. I need... Now that I think about it... that doesn't sound... They say that alchemical
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it...
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. Wait, now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in... On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have. Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for... After we end the Sub-Zero's festival, Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back? This is ridiculous!
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today!
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything... Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way!
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Paimon can't believe it! Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream, so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been...
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness. And it was you who inspired her.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still... far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Subzerus Festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone!
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to
Don't be like that, Nahida! Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad!
To prevent more tragedies.
Great, but how do...
Although the Subzerus Festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So...
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their which means, with the power of imagination, they can change...
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you. However, if you're the dream's hope, the dream will respond in kind. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times, find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will...
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in... And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize... After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake... As for me... during this time...
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the Traveler went?
Yes. I want to try something. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara...
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her. Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this dream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no? Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense! Ferris, the Knight of Flap, let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
you're back. You left in a hurry last time.
Everything's fine. Just
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do...
could you make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. My wish.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her.
So, you have a crush on...
Oh, is it that obvious? When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone... What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else... Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but... that was Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh, you're...
What?
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her, but none of them have...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers. Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you. Fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I don't trust your fighting skills. Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some backup. Suit yourself. You're going down!
A new punching bag.
Enfin une action.
Go and fly!
Retribution!
Where do you think you're going?
Illusion shattered!
Feeling lucky today?
Take flight! Shine down!
escape. Ha!
Ha! Ha!
I swear by my sword.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys? You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her, Paimon just remembered something. Remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up? She said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around. Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help us more than this needle in a haystack. This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey,
Ah ouais? Et elle
the
t'a dit
windows are
quoi?
unlocked. Okay. Paimon's gonna take... This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing... Should we open... Wow.
Ton chien a mal
Dunyarzad
regardé
wrote
son
all
petit
of
chihuahua.
Sounds like she, even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival, she must have wanted to give this if we hadn't found this book. But now that we know, we can't even... Hey! Where are you off to now?
Elle a eu peur que ton chien bouffe le sien.
It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago.
Elle a eu peur pour son micro-chien. Ou plutôt, elle a eu peur pour son chien de poche.
Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes
Oui, ton
sparkled
chien,
when she
il en fait
talked
qu'une
about
bouchée
news
du petit
dance of
chihuahua.
Sub-Zeros.
There will always be frustrations
Un
in
coup de
life,
croc, il n'y a plus
but I know
rien.
that the point of living...
C'est un apéritif, le chihuahua.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. Would it...
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, How come... What? Where are we going this time?
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organized. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
Oh. Traveler? You don't have to get involved.
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the Academia, that's another day gone to waste.
Ah ah, de l'action, enfin. Enfin, du moins, j'espère.
Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course! If this is the Sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the...
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of...
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padis?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess?
Yeah. What's going on here? Huh? You guys are acting weird. Hey!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host. Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage. It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and Nilu... So when you saw the flowers, you... But if we want to end the samsara, how should we make Nilu...
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
So I'm right. Is this lesser...
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a...
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City.
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the dead. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage. As if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife." The Dendro Archon smiled. His wife lying next to him. In the end, the first...
So, the first...
Yes. But his fate...
Paimon understands where you're coming from now.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over, too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can.
Il n'y a même pas eu d'action, je suis dégoûté. Moi, je veux de la baston.
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the Dance of Sub-Zerus.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Morning, traveler.
La tête de Paimon,
feels
elle
like
vient de
she's
se
been
réveiller.
asleep for the longest. Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Paimon thinks it was after the Sub-Zero's festival. Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero Samsara? Quick, take off your Akasha terminal.
Bah fais donc. Moi elle est faite sur la Play et sur mon PC.
She's not in her room. What happened? Huh? What usual spot?
Well done, Traveler and Paimon. And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zerus festival for—
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us
Oh
like
non,
that!
Paimon, oh non.
Oh, Traveler Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream. And I saw Nilou performing the dance of...
Et voilà. Ça c'est bon ça. Parler à Catherine. Bon, on va papoter avec.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird and... Dunyar...
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else.
Dans certaines situations où elle me fait délirer, moi. Ouah, j'ai pas le temps, on va prendre un raccourci. Ce sera plus simple. Voilà.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's alright.
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long though, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it's...
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment too soon.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? I've got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of... To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the Sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct...
Go and get some sleep.
What a relief.
Traveler? Paimon?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happen to...
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't...
Ad Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage. And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering.
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting...
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of...
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe...
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head?
From when she said...
So it's been you this whole... Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands. As I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground. and I was throwing an endless...
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want... By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad?
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zerus?
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss its...
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Let's continue our chat here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that, but for... We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, no way, that...
You mean it'd be...
No, doing that would be...
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
I've already tried that. It seems that from the very...
Have you already caught the sages?
I'm guessing not yet. In any case...
Are we Nahida, you're super smart.
According to a popular...
Okay, but...
Well, then I should find someone...
You're saying we should recruit it? Oh, but...
Actually...
Sitar! We ran into her. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way
She was born in the desert.
Oh, Paimon did it.
The name Sitaria means star. Later on, she was chosen soon after. The star began to waver, but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and clothed...
From the sound of it, but she doesn't really...
Indeed. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become right. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Sitaria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and to have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Je vais regarder ça. Hop. Hum. Bon, l'histoire commence à m'endormir là. Donc, je vais m'attaquer aux événements parce que